What's up guys, thanks for coming back to the channel. As you know, I'm always working with HTV, and so I got a special request on making something super obnoxious and they wanted metallics. And so I went on Amazon and I had purchased this pack of like metallic HTV. And so I thought they were gonna come in rolls, but it came in a flat package, which is fine. It's big enough for what I need it for. So it comes in like assorted metallic colors, as you can see. And they have close to 800 reviews and it's at 4.5 stars, which is why I went ahead and purchased it. And so today I figured, why not film it and see how it does, right? So we're gonna go ahead and try this out, and hopefully Amazon reviews don't lie. So pretty much I put the settings on heat transfer metallic, and I think for this particular brand, it's a little too strong. I don't know if that's the right word. It seemed a bit strong because the way it cut, like this one, you can see all the cut lines and everything, but as I'm touching the other side, yeah, it kind of cut through. So I think it's a little bit too rough on that setting, so definitely want to back it down a little bit, but that's okay because this will still work, right? I just feel like HTV is very forgiving. If you know how to work with it, or you've been working with it for so long, you can always make it work and it's fine. So right now I'm going to read it and then just see how well it does. Alright, so you just saw me weed this vinyl, and I haven't fully worked with metallic vinyl from like scissor or sizer, however you want to pronounce it. So I don't really have much to compare it to. So all that I can say for right now, since weeding and just like touching this, it's definitely a bit thick for me. I don't have much to compare it to because I don't really work with like metallics or glitter and stuff like that, but I have worked with glitter before, and I know it's a bit thicker, but there's like some kind of, you can feel some kind of like stretchability, but this so far just feels very like thick and like I don't know if it's gonna soften up once we press it, but I guess that's where we go now, right? So we're gonna go ahead and press these and see how it works out. Alright, so before I start on the other shirt, I gotta finish up this shirt. So if you have a white toner printer, this is the next step. After you press it for 30 seconds, you let it cool down, and after you cool down, this is where you're gonna peel it off. But I usually, like they always recommend, to go in like a rolling motion, so that's what I do. I hold it tight and just roll them back gently. And you don't want to like yank it off, right? So that's pretty much that part. So it transfers when you roll it off. There's like a little glare, like gloss finish to it. There you go, you can kind of see it now. Alright, so with transfers, after like you saw, there's that shiny coat, and I'm not a fan of that. Some people might be, but that's why in my previous like videos you've seen that I always put it back on the press, which I'm doing right now. And you press it for like another like 10-15 seconds to pretty much get rid of that gloss, so you can have like a matte finish. So I'm just pretty much doing that right now so I can finish up the shirt. I think we're good. Alright, so after pressing for the second time, I remove it with the paper. I don't think this is called a Teflon sheet. I can't really remember the name of it on the top of my head right now, but it's kind of like a Teflon sheet, but it has like a coating on it. So if you guys went back to the unboxing video of the Unionet i650 that I had made, pretty much right after the heat press, I immediately took it off and then my design came off with it. But that was also because I used like parchment paper and it didn't work out, and since then I'm a little traumatized from it. So that's why when I remove the garment for the second press, I bring it with the paper and I let it cool down, then I slowly peel it back. And that's just, you know, being traumatized the first time, and I don't like fucking up in that aspect. So eventually when I get the hang of this more, I'm pretty sure like I won't be doing that anymore. But for now, I still am very cautious in my work. So now that it's been sitting on a table, which actually helps it cool down, so now I can actually go ahead and remove this paper. It's definitely more matte now, and so that shirt is done. So now we're gonna go ahead and test out this metallic vinyl from Amazon. All right, so if you don't already know, you always wanna pre-press your garment as soon as you get them. Not because you wanna get out the wrinkles, but you wanna get out any moisture that it might have. Because what I noticed too is that if you have moisture in the shirt, sometimes your heat transfer vinyl, if they do run it through the wash, it will come off. So it's not really adhering to the garment. So that's why we always pre-press to get the moisture out, and you don't have to press it for long. I usually press it for about 5 to 10 seconds. And the other thing that you can do is always fold your shirt in half if you already don't do this, to find the center line of your garment, because I noticed that sometimes things don't really look right. So for the directions for this metallic heat transfer, it says it's a cold peel. So now I gotta wait for it to cool down and then press the other side and hope for the best. Great part about this table is that it stays cool and it actually cools down all the shirts pretty fast for me. I know that for like white toner transfer printer people, they usually have like a pack of ice or something on the side just to be able to cool down the shirts, and the transfer is way faster, but I don't know much about this material, so I don't go and fuck up a shirt. And so right now I think it's pretty much cooled down, so we're gonna go ahead and peel it off. Seemed pretty easy to work with, so I don't really have an issue with it. Personally, I wouldn't use this material just because it feels very thick on the shirt, because most heat transfer vinyl, actually you can see it being pressed into the shirt and you can see like the threads, but this is like I don't know if you can hear that, like it's papery. I don't know how I feel about it, but it's not up to me, it's up to the customers. I do whatever you guys want me to do, and I try to perfect it and give you the best product that I can possibly give. So this is pretty much the final. So for this design, I pretty much bought it off of Etsy, but the only issue with that was you gotta be careful with who you buy your SVG files from, because I actually ended up recreating this myself, because the way that I know what they did as far as making the file, and there's a cheap and cheating way of making SVG files where it's not very clean. So I had to go ahead and do this myself, so I wasted money on Etsy for this file. So now that the shirts are done, I gotta go ahead and fold them and put them in the baggies. And so you guys already know I'm gonna bust out that little t-shirt folding thing, and so here we go. So pretty much that's all I got for you guys today. I hope you guys liked that video, and so far I think with that vinyl, if you do buy it, they do give you instructions on how to cut it in the settings, but I went ahead and used, you know, the Silhouette Studios metallic setting, and so that was a little aggressive. It was just slightly aggressive, so I would definitely back it down or go with what their instructions say. But again, I always recommend, before unloading it from your Cameo, you know, try to see if it weeds easy and make sure everything's cut. Unless, I think because I'm running Bluetooth, that's why there could be a lot more errors as far as it's saying it's complete, but it's not. If you were to plug it in directly into the computer, I'm pretty sure you won't have that issue. So that's pretty much like all I really got as far as tips right now. I think I've been doing this for pretty much like a couple years now, so that's really all I got for tips that I've learned as I, you know, unplug things and run it on Bluetooth and Wi-Fi and stuff like that. But yeah, that's really all I got for today. I got other stuff I'm gonna work on, more designs, and I think what's happening next will be like making stickers. So stay tuned for that, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye.